we go. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Katura. Hi, you guys. As you're logging in to Mia's Moments this morning, I'm waiting for earpiece, and I hope that you guys can hear me. Yes. So if you can hear me, just give a few love, and while we're loading in, if you would be so kind and invite friends. Good morning, Katura. So if you would invite friends to come and be a part of the broadcast this morning, as you see, I title it, Are You Olympic Ready? Are you Olympic ready? I'm Olympic ready. I love the Olympics. This year will mark my second time attending the Olympics. And so I'm still in town, but I'll be heading out. You guys can hear me okay? Yay! Well, good morning. Thank you, creative girl. I like that. Buenos dias, Coco Plum. Let's see. This morning I met one of the ladies from Colombia at the church, too. All right, so I have a little friend with me today. You know, it's first Sunday, and I always have my little grandbaby who loves to be a part of the broadcast, so she may be poking in every now and then. Hey, Carrie, thank you so much for the Starbucks coffee. I love it. All right, so let me get started so we can jump on in and then also get to service. Let's see. So I ask the question to you, are you Olympic ready? What does that mean? You know, what does it mean, are you Olympic ready? You know, the thing that I really love about the Olympics is not just the events and the athleticism, but what I like is the struggle. I love to hear the backstories of so many people, all these athletes who everyone has a story. They have a reason for wanting to compete. Some of them one girl, actually, I can't remember her name. Sorry, I apologize. I can't remember her name. But she started out in one athletic event, and her mother encouraged her because one wasn't so good. She wasn't so good in one, so she went into another different area of sportsmanship, and this young lady was the first one to win the gold medal for the USA at the 2016 Rio Olympics for shooting. And so, you know, it's almost one of those things. Well, you have to find what works for you, and then see, I have to find what works for me. And Eliana works with me right now, so she's going to be a part of the broadcast, so we apologize. So you find what works for you, and then you begin to excel in that area. And if it doesn't work, then you have to learn, no, mommy, you have to learn how to re-strategize, refocus once again, and then get back in the game. You know, don't get stuck. If something doesn't work the first time, don't get stuck with just take her to her papa, please. Yeah. Thank you. Don't get stuck with thinking that this is it, you know, that I'm no good in this area or I can't excel in this area. And if you think that, then you will find it very difficult for yourself to continue to press forward and to excel. When in fact, if you just maybe shift gears slightly, then you might find something that really does work for you. I was reading about the first American woman to compete in hijab, I think it's called, you know, the full face that the covering that a lot of Muslim women wear. And there's a young woman that is competing. Her mother instructed her, told her to look into fencing because she felt that the uniforms were very modest for her, and encouraged her daughter then to find a way there. So here now we have a young lady who is representing her life and her faith, her family, her culture, and it fits very well with who she is. And so find something that works for you. So back to the question, are you Olympic ready? Let me share a couple of stories that I know. In 2009, when I really started kind of really getting into Olympics, I've watched them all of my life, but I really started getting into them in about 2009 or so. Eric Mosambani, he is an Olympic swimmer. Good morning. He's an Olympic swimmer from Equatorial New Guinea in Africa. He was probably the absolute worst swimmer in the history of swimming. He had never been in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and he had only been swimming for about 9 months before the Olympics. And he, you know, within the committee, they also allow some fresh start athletes to come and get an opportunity to compete. And Eric had absolutely the worst time. He flipped and flopped in the pool. He was just horrible. You can tell he was very unprepared. But the thing was that he finished. He finished his race. And when he finished his race, there was a resounding boom in the whole stadium for him because he had competed and he had completed what he had started. It wasn't that he was the first place winner. It wasn't that he was the last place winner. It was that he completed the task. And Paul says it to us in a lot of ways in the Bible, but one of the things he reminds us that we are to finish the course. You know, we are to finish what we start. So don't just keep starting things and not finishing them, but we need to learn how to finish them. And then Paul also says to us that the race isn't given to the swift, but it's given to the one who endures to the end. And it's interesting that most of us think, oh, I got to be first, I got to be first. But it's not so much being first. Part of it is the journey in competing. It's the part of not necessarily competing if we're talking about for life, but completing what we have begun and not quitting in the middle of it or not giving up when in fact there's an opportunity for us to learn along the journey and to gain something in the end. This year, if you watch the opening ceremony, as I did, glued to the TV, there was a man who lit the Olympic, took the torch and lit the big flame there. And his name is Vanderlei de Lima. He was an Olympic runner in the 2004 Athens Olympiad, and he was leading the race, and he was by all means about to win the gold medal for Brazil, his country, in the overall race, the big one that I can't remember what it's the big Olympiad race, and he was leading, and out of nowhere came a fan who was a little deranged and tackled him and knocked him out of the race. But he got back up and he finished in third place and he got the bronze. What did I say that for? I said that because this man not only he didn't lose his faith, he didn't lose his hope, he didn't give up in the race because somebody else knocked him out, but he got up and he kept going and he completed and still finished in third place. He wasn't dissatisfied that he got third place because he did still win something in there. But another thing that happened that night, he received, it's called the Pierre Codevin Medal, he is the founder of the modern Olympics, and they very rarely give that medal out, but it was given to him for sportsmanship and for fair play. And so he won the bronze medal, he got the Pierre Codevin medal, and then on Friday night, he was representing his country by doing something that very few athletes, only one a year, have an opportunity to do, and that is to light the cauldron with the Olympic torch. And so here's a man who could have given up and said, well, somebody knocked me out of the race. I was really on my way to winning, and they took the wind out from me, under me, or they knocked the sail out, from me, or the wind out of my sail. And he could have given up, but he didn't. And now he's experienced with very, very few, hi, sweetie, very few athletes have experienced in all of their lives. And so all of us have those moments in life when we realize that, something may knock the wind out of us, or it may knock the air out of our sails, and we have to start back over again. We have to get up, dust ourselves off, and keep going. And it can be very difficult sometimes. We can get really discouraged in our thoughts. We can get discouraged in our focus. We can discouraged all around. But yet, if you can yet trust God and know that when God says to you that he's begun a good work in you and he's going to complete it, he's going to perform it, he's going to finish it, that he's not going to give up on you. He's not going to quit on you where you are. Yes, I hope the guy who broke his leg, yes, I hope not too, because there's so many opportunities there. I not only like the Olympics, but I also like the Paralympics, because the Paralympics highlight, the Paralympics highlight people who have athletic ability but have disabilities in some way, or they're able in other ways, is what I like to think about it. They have other abilities. And so as their stories go forth, don't turn it off when the main Olympics end. Be sure to watch the Paralympics and support our athletes who are doing incredible things from wheelchairs, or as amputees, or as trisomy 21 people, children, and so many different people have stories of perseverance and overcoming. And so Let the Olympics be the inspiring point for you to remind you that you can overcome and you too can win. So when I ask, are you Olympic ready? It starts with the mindset. It starts with your mind to remind you that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength, that God will finish his good work in you, and that he's not finished with you yet. And so you can keep pressing forward. And also be encouraged because, you might not be first, but if you finish, that's the major accomplishment. So you yourself be inspired. Thank you guys, and thank you for sharing. I couldn't see that one. Thank you, Coco Plum. This is good. I should do it daily. Oh my God, it's hard working out the time. But I am committed to every Sunday, and I hope to increase the broadcast. So thank you very much for all that. Oh, hey, Gretchen. Thank you. Oh, Gretchen K. Hey, Gretchen K. I see who you are. Christy, thank you for scribing with me today. So you guys be blessed, okay? And let the stories inspire you to keep pushing on in your own race. You're Olympic ready. Just believe it yourself. God bless you. Have a great Sunday.